and find out how a new organization is raising awareness about sustainable foods through local artists and entertainers. I'll tell you more coming up.
We have Student Body President Neela Pack joining us today in the studio. She's here to let us in on her presidential secret.
Sarah, you know what's better than listening to music?
What's better than listening to music, Kristen?
Listening to it live. We have Tessa Byron and her band performing.
And this and more coming up on Newsbreak.
News produced by students for students. Brought to you from the Telecommunications Lab at the University of Utah.
The search continues for a new university president.
Ashley Hall will be talking to the lead dermatologist.
This is Newsbreak.
Thanks for joining us on Newsbreak. I'm Kristen Bingham.
And I'm Sarah Vaughn. We have much in store for you today. Reporter Tanner Hall will educate us about recent Tylenol research done on campus.
And then Charlie Colberth will take us through the unique process of digitalizing film.
But first, let's learn more about Bachelor's of Undergraduate Studies program from reporter Jacqueline Konesavanh.
The BUS program allows you to create your own degree based on your academic goals. It could be a hybrid of degrees not otherwise traditionally offered at the U, for example, fashion analysis, biomedical illustration, anything that you choose. Ed Barbanel, the director of this program, has some insight.
The things that we make students do in applying to this program, right? Put together a program of study, find a faculty advisor who's going to sponsor it with them, do a final thesis project. These are things that any student can do in any of the existing majors, right? We just force them to do it here. And so what I would encourage any student is to take control of their own undergraduate experience, right? Get to know at least one professor very well. Get involved in some special program, whether it's honors or service learning. Okay? So all we're doing is the requirements of the program force students to take full control of their undergraduate experience. But they can do that, and they should do that in whatever they major here at the U.
Student Sally Yu is pursuing a biology physics major, and she says that it makes her feel empowered that she was assertive in her academic degree.
I'm highly motivated. I really want to get the most out of my education. You know, just because I didn't go to an Ivy League school doesn't mean that I'm as smart as somebody who went there. It's really what you can get out of it.
For more information, visit ugs.utah.edu/BUS. I'm Jacqueline Konesavanh reporting for Newsbreak.
Fred Alder and Chris Raymond from the U of U Mathematics Department have developed an equation to help doctors evaluate the level of assistance an overdose Tylenol patient needs. Reporter Tanner Hall has more on the study.
Over-the-counter medications can help relieve pain and heal sickness. Taken within a dosage range, they're very effective. But taken outside a daily dosage range could lead to death. And no one medication so deadly as Tylenol. It is not Tylenol itself, but the active ingredient in Tylenol, known as acetaminophen, which causes acute liver failure and death. The recommended dosage per day is 4,000 milligrams, and 5 times this amount can be fatal. Researchers at the University of Utah have developed a series of equations to test the amount of overdose to determine if an antidote to this drug should be administered or a liver transplant is needed to avoid death.
But it's a set of equations to try to figure out, based on how a person looks when they come to the hospital, how much Tylenol they took and when they took it. It's a way to work backwards in time from the current state of a patient to when they made their mistake and how big a mistake it was.
Use this model to predict who will live or die when a patient comes in from acute liver failure from acetaminophen overdose. And so ideally we'd have some sort of program written up with our equations so that a doctor could use, say, an iPhone app or an iPad or on a computer and plug in the data that they get from lab values and have it spit out from the model what we predict will happen to the patient.
Reporting for Newsbreak, I'm Tanner Hall.
The Marriott Library carries more than just books and computers. It is a place where all sorts of historical archives, like film, are stored. Reporter Charlie Colbreth goes more in depth.
It's a process that requires many steps, from categorizing and cataloging to storing, proper packaging, repetition, and lots of time.
Runs through at about half speed, which prevents wear and tear on the film, and it comes out over here, and this one is cross-wound and upside down.
This is the process of digitizing film that takes place in the Marriott Library. In the case of this format, the film is ran through a projector and the image is captured with a high-definition camcorder. It also runs through a computer program to convert the film to a digital format and then is made available for viewing worldwide through the internet. Molly Creel is one of the people responsible for digitizing these films.
These are some of the collections. Over here is all football coaches' films.
A major focus of the film collection the library has is to preserve the history of Utah.
We have a large ski archive here. This is 1935 ski jumping from here in Utah.
Digitizing this film has drawn people not only locally to conduct research, but also internationally. That was the case for one group of filmmakers who traveled from Japan to research an individual.
His name is Wat Misaka, and he was the first non-white person ever to be drafted into the NBA. He played for Utah in the 40s. They won the NCAA championship in 1944, and he was on the team. And we have film highlights from that game. So they came and they looked at all the photographs and all of the other documents we had about it.
Showing you how one person is working to help preserve a little bit of the past. For Newsbreak, this is Charlie Colbert.
Kristen, I had no idea the Marriott Library carried that source of information.
Sarah, how long have you been here? I mean, I knew that. What I'd like to know more about, though, is Kingsbury Hall.
Well, that's something that I know. Thanks, Kristen. Built in 1930, Kingsbury Hall is named after former University of Utah president Joseph T. Kingsbury. The hall was the original home of Ballet West and the Utah Opera Company before both companies moved to the Capitol Theater downtown. Kingsbury Hall was renovated extensively in 1996 and currently hosts about 180 performances a year. Kingsbury Hall created their own presenting series in 2001 called Kingsbury Hall Presents. It has brought in world-renowned artists such as Donny Osmond and Martha Graham. Kingsbury Hall has a terrific lineup of performances for all tastes in March 2012, including comedy, music, and drama. Some of the performances are Rain, the acclaimed Beatles concert, and Monster in My Closet, to name a few. Several performances will offer student discounts or rush tickets. However, students will have to check specific performances on Kingsbury Hall website. Next, hear what local AFLA organization discussed with reporter Rosie Nguyen.
A newly created nonprofit organization is currently raising awareness about sustainable foods through local artists and entertainers. Two business students at the University of Utah currently serve as the official PR representatives for AFLA. They say they need the community's help in getting votes for a $2,500 grant. Mike Cundick founded Artists for Local Agriculture in December of 2011. The organization aims at generating widespread cooperation among the art and music communities.
We are targeting high-profile artists because of their huge social networks, their penetrating influence. We've already been very successful when a large act comes through Salt Lake, approaching them and creating interviews and getting their support.
Their goals include, but are not limited to, producing healthier food with higher nutrient content, reducing pollution by using closed-loop systems that will eliminate farm animal waste, providing humane conditions for farm animals, and keeping farmlands healthy through long-term production.
Corporate agriculture has its flaws. It's very based on a fossil fuel system, and it's not providing the kind of nutrient-rich foods that a local farmer using organic and careful, humane methods can produce for us.
Mike works closely with Jake Maxwell and Nenad Chuk, two University of Utah students who became AFLA's official PR representatives as part of their project for a business class. I asked Nenad, does this mean you're saying goodbye to AFLA once the semester is over?
Definitely not. Looking to see if we can just keep pushing this, get them out there. They've been making great strides since the beginning, or since I got involved into the organization itself. I've seen them progress greatly, as well as the other classmates as well.
And as the organization is quickly growing, Mike is rigorously encouraging members of the community to help AFLA win a national grant and speaking out about the group at his musical performances. If you'd like to come watch Mike Cundick perform, you can catch him here every Wednesday night at Poplars. For more information regarding their organization or to help them cast a vote, visit them at www.aflarevolution.com or stay tuned to the end of the show for their full contact information. Reporting for Newsbreak, I'm Rosie Nguyen.
Thank you, Rosie. Before the commercial break, enjoy some music from Tessa Barton.
Three, two, one.
I have now taken 4 different semesters. I've specialized in behind the camera. I specialized in front of the camera. Then now I'm focusing on web-based material. There's a lot of more life experience in this, this class.
When you come in, it's not like, okay, we're here for another class. Let's go sit at a desk and take some notes. I'm here for, another chance to learn something new.
Welcome back to Newsbreak. Reporter Lauren Carter is going to talk to us about a recent event, Rock the U. And then we have Neena Pack in studio with President Neela Pack.
We have more music from Tessa Barton, but first, Kristen is going to tell us about more events that you can check out on campus.
Thanks, Sarah. If you haven't checked out George's Rualt's Circus of the Shooting Star at the University of Utah Museum of Fine Arts yet, it is still an ongoing event. The exhibit signifies an artist who is fascinated by the circus, a world where superficial brightness was underscored by overwhelming sadness. In the exhibit are images in his portfolio of etchings and wood engravings that demonstrate Rualt's attempt in stripping away the spangles of the clown's costume and reveal the reflection of a paradise lost. The exhibit goes until May 13th of 2012 and includes a puppet theater. Tickets for students and faculty are free, so please visit the website below for more details. The National Theatre Live is also putting on events this spring. In 2009, the National Theatre started the National Theatre Live, which broadcasts the best of British theatre to cinemas around the world. The screenings are shown in high definition, and the next show to look forward to is She Stoops to Conquer, a film that offers a celebration of chaos, courtship, and the dysfunctional family. The show is on Saturday, April 28th from noon to 3 p.m. at the Broadway Theatre. Please visit the National Theatre Live website for more details. Now reporter Lauren Carter will tell us more ways we can get involved.
Rock the U is a student group within ASUU that acts as the University of Utah's philanthropy board. They fundraise and put on events throughout the year to raise awareness about cancer.
All of the money that we generate throughout the year goes back up to Huntsman Cancer Institute for cancer research. The Huntsman Cancer Foundation is one of the premier research institutes for cancer worldwide. It's 100% nonprofit, so all of the money goes to cancer research, and what that does is it allows them to tailor treatments to cancer patients, and that leads to a higher success rate of beating the disease.
The capstone fundraising event is also called Rock the U. This year's attendance was low, with only about 100 people pre-registering compared to around 400 pre-registering last year. Because attendance has been decreasing over past years, this year's marathon was only 4 hours long and focused more on cancer by having a guest speaker who is a cancer survivor and a cancer tribute wall. The event has ended, but it's not too late to get involved or donate to the Huntsman Institute.
Our fundraising doesn't stop at the marathon. It will continue until about the end of school. The only other event that we are tied to is the Grand Kerfuffle, which is featuring Wiz Khalifa this year. And all of the money raised from tabling at that will go towards Huntsman Cancer Foundation. And then if you go to our website, there's a Get Involved tab on there. So you can start a fundraising team that goes throughout the entire year and will go to the end donation.
Reporting for Newsbreak, this is Lauren Carter.
Now let's hear what Neela Pack has to say about being president of a 12-pack school.
Welcome to Newsbreak, Neela. Thank you for joining us. So you still currently serve as student body president, correct?
Yes, I'm serving as student body president until commencement on May 4th.
And what will you be doing at commencement?
I'll be sitting with the rest of the Board of Trustees on stage and we award the honorary degrees.
Wow, that sounds great. What is something that students don't know about your position, kind of a behind-the-scenes view of what you do?
Most students think that I set tuition, but I don't. The Board of Regents sets tuition and the university sets it as well. So I do get a vote on that with the Board of Trustees next month.
If you could, what are some of the highlights you had of serving as student body president? I'm sure there was plenty, but what were some of the top ones?
I would say working on the Student Life Center project has been probably one of the best highlights of the year. It's a great project and I got to work on it and really help progress it to where it is right now, where we're almost setting a groundbreaking date.
With highlights, there are some challenges. So what were some of the challenges you faced as student body president?
I would say every day was a challenge. It was kind of a time management challenge. You've got so many committees that you sit on, so many boards. It's really demanding. So it's hard to kind of meet everyone's schedules, but it was beneficial. I mean, all the opportunities we have were to provide student input, so it's kind of a positive challenge.
Okay. And can you give us your favorite memory of serving as student body president?
I have two. I would say selecting Dave Pershing as our new university president, and then Pac-12 Day.
Neela, can you explain to us a day in the life of the student body president?
A day, it's more like the full 24 hours. So you start at 7 a.m. I've got classes and then I kind of go straight into my meetings, whether it's an academic senate executive committee or I'm meeting with Barb Snyder about the Student Life Center. I kind of have my meetings. I normally have another class that I should be going to. Sometimes it's an advisory board meeting I have to go to. And then as the day progresses, there's less meetings, but then normally there's an event, either an ASUU event that a board is putting on or something that the Board of Trustees is supporting, whether it's the opening of the museum or groundbreaking for the new Sorensen building. It's kind of chaotic. It's a morning to night thing. And then you go home, you have dinner, you do your homework, and you start right back again the next morning at 7 in the morning.
Thank you for joining us today, Neela. Reporting for Newsbreak, I'm Neena Pack.
Thank you, Tessa and the band, and thank you for joining us on Newsbreak, the show produced by students for our students. Tessa and the band, take us out.
Yeah.
I walked up to you, I'm not afraid of what you do. I am not scared of you anymore. You